Welcome to our channel Film Fiesta. Today we are going on a futuristic journey of cloning a human body, so stick till end and enjoy the part 1. Swan Song, a thought-provoking sci-fi drama, explores themes of identity, love, and the ethical dilemmas surrounding cloning technology. Set in a near-future society, the film centers on Cameron Turner, a devoted family man whose life is irrevocably altered upon receiving a terminal diagnosis. Cameron Turner, portrayed as a compassionate and loving father, lives with his wife, Poppy, and their young son, Corey. As technology has evolved to remarkable heights, Cameron's life is seemingly perfect. However, his world is shattered when he learns he has a terminal illness. This revelation thrusts him into a profound existential crisis, forcing him to confront his mortality and the impending loss of his family. In his search for a solution to his grim reality, Cameron learns about an innovative cloning facility managed by Dr. Scott. This facility offers a unique service, creating a perfect replica of oneself and implanting the original's memories into the clone. The goal is for the clone to seamlessly take over the original's life once they pass away. Cameron begins to visit the facility, providing DNA samples and participating in memory sessions to prepare for the possibility of cloning. Despite his intrigue, Cameron grapples with the implications of cloning. The notion of creating a copy of himself to continue living his life is both fascinating and unsettling. One night, after a memory session, he receives alarming news from Dr. Scott about his health's rapid decline, urging him to make a decision soon. Ignoring the urgency, Cameron returns home, where he interacts tenderly with his family, yet the burden of his illness weighs heavily on him. Cameron's internal struggle deepens as he faces the reality of his situation. He experiences a seizure in the privacy of his bathroom, revealing his vulnerability and the lengths he goes to protect his family from his illness. The next day, he returns to the facility, where Dr. Scott introduces him to the living area where clients reside until they pass away, awaiting their clones. The sterile, clinical environment further amplifies Cameron's anxiety. Dr. Scott explains the process in detail, emphasizing that once the clone is activated, the original must never change their mind about the switch. This contract adds another layer of complexity to Cameron's decision-making process. After a hesitant agreement, he watches as Dr. Scott introduces him to Jack, the clone who will be created in his likeness. As Cameron observes Jack in a dormant state, he feels a mix of awe and apprehension. Cameron ultimately decides against proceeding with the cloning process after the unsettling experience of seeing his clone. He returns home, attempting to focus on his family life and the mundane aspects of his job, which he finds unsatisfying compared to his passion for art. However, the weight of his illness looms large over him. One afternoon, he recalls a conversation he had with Poppy and her twin sibling, Andre, regarding the morality of cloning. Poppy's statement that she wouldn't mind a clone as long as she couldn't tell the difference reignites Cameron's thoughts about the cloning process. This reflection leads him to reach out to Dr. Scott again, seeking clarity about the nature of clones and their emotional responses. Dr. Scott assures him that all clones have their memories of the facility erased, ensuring they are unaware of their true nature as copies. To ease Cameron's concerns, she suggests he meet Kate, a previous clone who has successfully reintegrated into her family. Curious and desperate for answers, Cameron agrees. Cameron visits Kate's shop under the guise of being a customer. Their conversation flows effortlessly, and he is struck by how natural she appears, seamlessly fitting into her role as a mother to her daughter. Observing Kate interact with her child, Cameron is moved by the notion that a clone can embody the essence of the original so convincingly. Afterward, he returns home, emotionally conflicted. Poppy shares the news that they are expecting another child, further intensifying Cameron's turmoil. He feels the pain of not being able to be there for his family as he faces his mortality. Torn between wanting to protect his family and the desire to continue his legacy, he ultimately contacts Dr. Scott to inform her of his decision to proceed with the cloning process. Cameron returns to the facility, where he meets the real Kate and shares his experience of meeting her clone. The bond they form over their shared struggles becomes a source of comfort for Cameron. He prepares for the cloning procedure, which involves a 6-hour operation where his memories will be copied into Jack. As he lies unconscious during the procedure, memories of significant moments in his life flood back, including his first meeting with Poppy, the joy of becoming a father, and the heart-wrenching loss of Andre. I hope you enjoyed the part 1, stick to the channel to see the second part and subscribe the channel.